Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Mompreneur News. So, I wanted to give everyone a quick update. The way that we're going to be doing these, we had our first one last week. It was kind of a little bit more informal. I'm a little bit more on my game today. And the way these will be going in the future is I'm going to have just some information that we're going to go over. We'll have a tip of the week. We'll kind of go over some different things that are happening in the community and some things to look out for and how to utilize the community to the best of your abilities so that you can actually make the most out of this and start making some awesome money. So, let's start off with the Mompreneur games because if we go into the community, today is the last day for the Mompreneur games. So we have the leaderboard here, which is the person at the top of the leaderboard, but these are not the final points. And I like that because it stops people from assuming that they're not going to win, right? Because, oh, this person's at the top, but that may not necessarily be the case because if you go on over to the quest, and some of these things have changed, so I'll go over that in a little bit, you will find that we've been doing extra credit points throughout the week. And so as people are doing extra credit points, those points will be added to their ultimate leaderboard points. And so you could have someone say down here, like Rositza, who's at 67, if she did all of these things and nobody else did, she could easily be the winner, right? And so I think that when we go through all of this stuff and I tally up the points at the end of the day today, I will ultimately announce the actual winner, and it may not be the person at the top of the leaderboard. So, how does the Mompreneur Games actually work? So if you're new to the group or you haven't competed before, you can go right into the Start Here module in the classroom, and we talk about the Mompreneur Games right here. So the rules are simple. The winners are based on the top of the 30-day leaderboard at the end of the month. Now again, we have extra credit, so it's not totally true, right? To gain points to climb up the leaderboard, you need to make posts, like other people's posts, and comment on other people's posts. You're going to gain points and climb the leaderboard. The leaderboards are based off of the last 30 days, and they update in real time, which means that any points that you gathered over 30 days ago fall off. And that's really important because I've seen a lot of people that did a whole bunch at the beginning of the month and they figured I'm way ahead of everyone else, and then they didn't do anything, and then at the end of the month they lost. Why? Because all the stuff that they had done at the end of the month, the previous month, fell off once it got to 30 days. And so keep up the momentum, keep up the engagement, and you will 100% keep just rolling in points. We also have the bonus, right? So these are, well, they were called the Fairy Godmother posts, so I'm going to go ahead and edit this, but basically they're the quest posts, right? And that's going to be throughout the month. People who comment on them, people who, do the different activities, they're going to get the most points. And the way that that's going to work is we'll have the quest posts, and there will be a designated amount of extra credit based on what the activity is. The activities are all going to be built around completing tasks that are designed to help you grow your business in most cases, or to help you grow and connect as a community. Keep in mind, connecting with other mompreneurs is also a business growing activity because that's going to help you make connections with people who maybe have a similar audience that you can connect with and pitch your programs to. So what is the quest, right? This kind of goes into what the quest is because we talked about the quest. So the quest is, if you don't know how your customers go from strangers to buyers, then your potential clients won't either. So the quest is a step-by-step guide to help you build out your customer acquisition pathway that seamlessly leads your potential clients into becoming buying clients. And it does it by utilizing our 3 fairy godmothers to help you each step of the way. If you go into the fairy godmothers, excuse me, it will show you. And so I'll kind of go on like a quick breakdown of this just so you guys can kind of see what's going on here. So what is the quest? The quest is the symbolic journey that a hero goes on to make them great, right? The typical hero journey looks something like internal and external conflict, try to make changes but fails, meets a guide that helps them have an epiphany. They're guided through applying this epiphany, and they end up on the other side, conflict resolved and with a total internal and external transformation. So if you're competing and you're in this group, odds are you're probably in the first or the second step, right? And so the whole point of the quest is to be that guide. We're going to help you have that epiphany, and we're going to help guide you through it so that you can get to the other side of whatever struggle you're having in your business and start making actual money. So it starts with our fairy godmothers, and you're going to go through each fairy godmother, do the activity, watch you get your first and next client within 7 days. And then you're going to, of course, share wins and action posts in the community. So who are the fairy godmothers? Fairy godmothers are the 3 main components in any business. It's lack of clarity, lead generation, and converting leads into sales. They meet you where you're at, give you actionable steps to help you grow your business by overcoming the aspect of business that you're struggling with. And then this is just a quick overview. Like if you don't want to go through and do all these activities, bare bones, the 7 roadblocks in business are you don't have enough leads, you don't have enough time, you have no shows on your calls, you're not pricing yourself properly, you've got a poor close rate, right? You're spending more money on ads than you're profiting, or you're spending more money on labor than you're profiting, right? And so at the end of the day, these are just some examples of things that you can do based off of your current business roadblocks. Set more outreaches. You can spend money on ads. You can publish content. You can engage with posts and comments. You can book calls. You can get beta clients. You can collect testimonials. All of these things will help you in your business. So that's just kind of like the bare bones, like quick overview if you just wanted action things that you can just start doing in your business. But the real magic happens when you utilize these fairy godmothers. So we'll go over exactly like why you're having a lack of clarity, what the magic wand is, some different things that you can watch, some different activities that you can do, and make these posts in the group so that you can get feedback on them and improve them. We have how to get leads, so the different things that are stopping you from getting leads, what your action items are, and how you can actually get more leads, what the magic wand is, getting sales, right? So this is kind of the odds are like why you're having a hard time getting sales. And then the magic wand, so it has some different activities that you can do that will help you make more sales. So that's the quest. Um, and that's how the Mompreneur Games is going. So the Mompreneur Games this month, the winner is getting a all expense, not all expenses. They're getting a lifetime access to our paid membership. So I'm just going to give a quick insight into how the paid membership works. This is our paid membership. It is typically $99 for the whole month or $9.99 for the whole year if you want a discount on the annual. But in here we have in our classrooms, you can see everything in here is a little different. I'm still working on the rebrand in here, but essentially you're going to learn how to make funnels, you're going to learn copywriting, you're going to learn how to make YouTube videos. We're not doing meta ads. This is actually taken off, but we do have an ad specialist that comes in, so you can get hands-on help with that. You learn how to make sales. You get access to all of our scripts, all of our things. We also are I'm making a school masterclass as well, and I'm going to have an affiliate success vault. So how to build your own affiliate program, as well as how to utilize the affiliate program in this community, because once you join, you will have access to invite people in for a 40% commission, meaning that if every single time they spend the $99, you make 40% of that. So really awesome way to make some extra cash while you're growing your business too. Um, in the group, we also give you constant updates on school. People that are here, they ask questions. We have sales coaching. The power of this group is really, really, really in the calendar, because in here we have almost daily calls. We have the coffee hours. We have a group coaching session every Tuesday. We've got sales coaching every Wednesday. I think it's the first Wednesday of the month. We also have the meta ads expert that comes in the evenings. We have every Thursday, we have a copywriter who comes in and does copy review for everybody. We also have the co-working session. So every Friday we hop in and do co-working together to make sure work is actually getting done and that people are meeting the milestones that they want to actually meet. And the great thing about that too is like you can also get a bunch of feedback, which is really helpful, because sometimes you do work and you're not sure if it's all that awesome or not. And so being able to have a group of people that you can just show them and get some actual feedback in the moment is awesome. So July's Mompreneur Game prizes. This one is really cool. I am super psyched about this. So the June Mompreneur Games are almost over. The month of July is going to be insane, and here's why. My signature program is $3,000. People pay me $3,000 to have me set up their entire business with them. We go through offer clarity. We go through developing your refined marketing statement. We go through building out your packages, your tiers, doing all of the market research for you, or with you more likely, right? We go through building out your school community together. Um, we go through building out any sort of community, whether it's a Facebook group or a school community. Obviously, I recommend school. We go through, uh, we go through everything. We build out the landing pages. We take a look at like email marketing. We go through all of it. And so we set you up with a complete strategy. We help you build everything out. We give you the templates for everything that you need. And we give you scripts, and we give you a marketing strategy, and we give you a sales strategy. And then you also get 100 days in that Mompreneur Club, the paid membership, right? So that you can implement everything that we set up. Now, all of that is going to be given for free to the person who wins the July Mompreneur Games, under the conditions that we're going to do it live in the Mompreneur Club free group, meaning anybody can hop in during the sessions, listen and learn, ask questions, and apply what I'm doing to you in their own business. Okay. Now, of course, any of the questions that they ask are going to be directly related to the person that we're working on. I'm not going to be answering directly their own businesses type of thing, but they'll be able to watch, they'll be able to learn and apply the things that I'm doing with this client to their own business. So that's kind of number one. You have to be okay with the fact that other people will be there. It will be live, so it will be during the day, and it will be, again, in the actual group so everybody can see. The other thing is we will be recording these, and so these will become available to you guys. And so these will be recorded, they will be posted on YouTube, and they will be posted in the community as well. And so you also have to be okay with everything being posted. The other caveat is you have to be willing to do everything that I'm recommending to you. This is not going to be the time to have negotiations and to have concerns over the strategy, over the offer, over any of that. You have to be a sponge and you have to be willing to take any and every single bit of advice that I'm giving you because, quite frankly, I'm giving my free time to do it. And the last little bit that they have to be okay with is at the end of it, of course, we'll be gathering a testimonial, right? Which is, I recommend for everybody, no matter what work you do, always get a testimonial at the end of it. So if that's something that interests you, which I would imagine it would interest a lot of you, start thinking about how you're going to win the Mompreneur Games in July. Keep in mind you want to be engaging like crazy, get all those points, climb up the leaderboard. And then you also want to make sure that you're looking out for those extra credit points and doing the extra credit activities, which not only will grow your business, but they will also get you more points. The next course of action is I hope we see everybody on the coffee chats today. If you don't know how to get to the coffee chats, let me show you. In the group, you will see right here it says coffee hour is happening in 2 hours. You go ahead and click this link and it should pop right up. It's right in this Google Meet link. The other way to do it is if you're in the community, you can go right up to calendar and you can find it on the calendar, which is today, the 30th. It'll be like red highlighted right here. You click on that and it's right here in the Google Meet link. That is at 10 a.m. Eastern time, so make sure you check time zones. And I will see you then. It looks like from the date of me actually, or the time of me actually recording this, it's in about an hour and a half. So that should be awesome. The coffee chats are also really awesome. Usually we have about 5 to 7 people that hop on and everybody just gets to chat, get to know each other. If people have questions in their business, we can talk about that. But it's also just a great opportunity to just network and connect with other moms who, totally understand where y'all are at. Templates launch. Let's talk about this. In the classroom, we launched our templates course. This is a bundle with a ton of templates, which are amazing, and it's only $15. And the really cool thing about this is that this template bundle will continue to grow. And so this is a living course, meaning once you pay the $15, you have access to everything that's in here. And as I keep adding more stuff into it. So like, for instance, I have some trackers I'm going to be adding, right? So this is coming soon. I also have sales scripts. Like, we're going to have sales scripts in here. We're going to have more as I get more thumbnails, Canva templates, as I get different types of YouTube scripts, right? As I develop more and more different classroom templates for your school community or any other template. So that's another thing. If you guys have templates that you want me to add to this, please let me know so I can create them, or find somebody who has huge success in that area and have them create them for me, right? And so I will make sure that we fill this template course with all the templates you guys could possibly need to just plug and play in your business. But like I said, it's only $15. That will only stay there until, I believe we were going to do July 5th. So on July 5th, the price is going up. So it's not going to go up dramatically. I don't think that this should be something that's super expensive ever anyway, but the price will be going up. So if you want to get into the $15, make sure you purchase it now. And like I said, you'll have it forever, even as it continues to grow and expand. So the last bit, so tip of the week, this is all about discovery and engagement is what we're going to talk about this week. So if you have a school community, this will be really helpful because we're going to start going over some tips of things that I've learned either in my own business and in my own school community, or from some of the other school communities that I've been engaging in and learning from. And one of those tips that I've learned is about discovery. So if you haven't noticed, if you ever see that little star next to someone's name in school, it means that they're in the top 1% for discovery of their chosen niche, right? So that's really great because that tells people that yours is a really up and budding community, right? It's active, it's engaging, it's really helpful, it looks awesome on next to your profile. But then also it means that you're in the top 1% of discovery, which means that if people are going into the niche, so right up here, if you go to discover communities, this is discovery. So I'm just going to throw one out, say I'm in the health niche. If I click health, this person's the number one in health niche. This lady's the number two in health niche. And you can see that as they all go down, they all have a number next to them. So these are all the different numbers related to the niche. Okay, so to be in the top 1%, you would ultimately have to be in the top 1% of this entire niche. Okay, so thinking about, again, every niche is going to be a little bit different. If you're in, say, the music niche, it's going to be easier to climb to the top 1% than, say, the health niche, which is really, really populated, or the money niche, which is full of high level professionals that have a ton of money to have a team that can easily make these things, very, very populated. So you want to kind of think about what your niche is and try to get up in the discovery. Now, how do you get up in discovery? Let's talk about that. So if you go into settings of your community, you will see the discovery tab on the side here. And so in here, you'll see your rank. Mine is not very good, as you can tell, but I'm working on it. But I will say this has jumped up 100 points within the past week. And so I know how much you can implement this and grow quite rapidly. And again, depending on your niche, that could happen much faster. I'm in the money niche. The money niche is very, very competitive because, again, you're looking at people who are top-notch professionals and they have huge teams that can help make these things super engaged. And a lot of people in the money niche, they have a huge personal brand already. There's a lot of them that have giant YouTube channels or something like that where they're bringing a ton of highly engaged people already into their community, right? So here's some things to think about. Showing in discovery. The discovery is ranked by the member growth, the engagement, and retention. So if you're consistently growing your group, you're getting members to engage, and you keep them coming back, your rank is going to keep increasing. Okay, so it does say to prevent people from gaming the system, we have a human in the loop to manually review rankings and apply boosts and penalties. Some of the boosts are high quality artwork and about page, interesting niche, authentic human engagement, and an active owner, right? Some of the penalties, so if you have a lot of bots and fake accounts, you might get penalized. If there's spam or low quality engagement, you might get penalized. Low quality artwork about page, payments off platform, bad customer support, or an inactive owner. So if you're active in the community, right, if you get that little flame next to your name, that means that you've had a 30-day streak of being in the community and made at least 10 contributions to the platform during that time. So if you're an active owner, you've got authentic human engagement and a lot of it, right? It's an interesting niche and you've got a high quality artwork on the about page, then you should be good to go. And so what you're going to do is you're going to keep up the engagement at that point. So what does that look like? Here's something you guys might have noticed in the past week. We have a lot more comments on a lot of these things and a lot more posts from other people. Why? Because now I'm incentivizing it, right? And so part of it is the Mompreneur Games. I asked people to let everyone know their wins, and so we had a few wins posts in here as well. But the other thing to notice is like 15, 26, right? This one's 40, right? So we had some good engagement. This one's 76. We had some good engagement in some of these posts. And so why did that happen? Well, if you go into some of them, people commented, and I commented back with a question. People love to ask questions, and they love to answer questions. So every single post you do, try to see if you can follow it up with a question. Whatever feels natural. You don't want to make it like super out of, like, why would she even ask that? That's so strange. But like, you want to keep it going with as many questions as you can, right? Because then they're going to respond back. And now you're creating a conversation and people are going to talk to each other in the comments and you're actually creating a community. So keep in mind, community, which is what these are, is different from a funnel. You want your community to act like a funnel and help you get more clients, but the power of a community is the connection and the engagement that happens in it. And a true community is one that can exist without you. So if you're constantly posting and people are just liking or commenting and that's it, then there's not a whole lot there. But if you're posting and people are commenting and they're commenting to each other and other people are making posts, that's an active community. And that's ultimately what you want to get to. So when you get comments, when people comment on your posts, make sure you follow it up with a question. And after a couple weeks of doing this, it should get ramped up enough where after the last week, we're now getting people that are actively posting on their own, right? And so that's the power of what we're trying to do here. So if you have your own school community, you're trying to go up in discovery, I highly, highly recommend you do. There are plenty of people. There's a really good example of this actually, which was a crochet company or a crochet lady. This one, Crochet Creations. She has a cute little graphic, has her thing. She has never promoted her business once. She's never promoted her group. In fact, she's still building it. She hasn't even like finished it. And yet there's 161 members. Why? Because one, it's a unique niche. There's not, I mean, there are some like knitting and crochet ones, but there's not a whole lot. It looks good. And the community is actually really engaged. And so it's got high discovery. And so as you notice, if I type in crochet, this is the number one that pops up. And so because of that, she's getting a lot of people joining. Every single person who searches crochet is joining her free community, right? And so I think the discovery has a lot of power behind it. That's why it's really important. So if you can go in and start making posts, ask questions at the bottom of them, make sure the posts are short, like make them short and make them scannable. That's something I have definitely learned as well. You want posts that are very scannable. If I look at this, see, this is really short and it's fun. People liked it, right? Whereas another one that had a lot of good engagement was the follow train, right? Oh, this one too. Really short, right? Climbing steps for 30 minutes today before I enjoy a quiet shower and some me time before the kids wake up. What's your before the kids wake up routine? Super short and simple. Like this does, it sounds like something I would just like text a friend, right? It's not something that's like this big drawn out post. And so these are the things that I've noticed have gotten a lot more success with them. This one, follow train, right? Like put a comment, drop some links, and let's talk, right? People love that one. Um, we've had a lot of really good one. Even this one, what waking up before my kids taught me. I talked about stuff here, but it got good engagement. And why? Because it's scannable. Like you can hear some of the backstory. You can go straight to here's what I learned. It's really easy, simple out. Like you can just read what I learned and that's it. Like if people don't want to hear the backstory, that's fine. So I made it really easy to scan and that way people can get the information that they want and get it quickly. So these are just some tips on how to make your community way more engaging and how to grow in discovery so that you can hit your dreams with your business. So I hope this is helpful. Let me know what you guys think of the format of the Mompreneur News and how we can improve it moving forward. Of course, anything that you would love to see in here. Maybe we'll start doing some like member shout outs and member spotlights as well. But let me know kind of what you think about the format, how it can be improved, and what parts of it you didn't like. So that way I can continue to improve everything that we're doing in here to serve you guys better. So awesome. I hope to see you guys on the coffee chat today. It is in an hour and 20 minutes. And yeah, hope to see you in the community. Awesome. Bye, guys.